Welcome to another so-so guitar lesson for so-so guitar players. I'm John. I was recently appointed captain of the so-so guitar players of America in a secret vote, so I'm qualified to give you this so-so lesson. Today I'm going to show a little bit about Keb Mo's song Love Blues, which is not a complex song, but it's one of those that it grabbed me on that first big CD of his. And there's one riff in particular that I watched guys play on YouTube, and women as well, and I just couldn't pick it up. I just couldn't see from the fingerings how they were getting it, and I just fooled around forever. So that you don't have to do that, I'm going to show you how that one lick goes, and you'll probably know what it is when we get to it. So I'll start off just playing straight through the verse and a couple of other little things, and then we'll get into how some of it is done. Okay? And there's also a bridge where he does a little bit of this. This. Okay, so he starts in, this is first string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, and he goes 7th fret, 5th fret, and then does something a little different on the 3rd fret, but he plucks the 1st string and then the 3rd. I'm sorry, the 3rd and then the 1st. And then he reverses it on the 3rd fret, 1st string, and then he bends up on that 3rd string, that G. Goes into a G chord, and then he's into the verse. So he goes from the G to a C, and immediately comes down to a G7, literally after the first beat, or half beat maybe. And a lot of the times he's bending up on this 7th, which is a B flat. A lot of times he's going up, and you're probably familiar with this from playing C chords. A lot of times he'll go up and catch that G on the E string, like that. So the different little things he does on the C chord. So let's get that far in again. Now he's back to the G, and he's going to get to a C, and this is where the little riff I found so much trouble is, and it goes like this. That's it. Gets into a C briefly and back to the G. What he's doing is pretty simple on the surface. Goes to a C, he brings up that B flat, the C7. Now he's going to pluck the 2nd string, but pulling off that note, pulling off the index finger. So he's going. So, not too complex, except I could never quite get the syncopation or the compression that he gets when I try to go down with those second and third, or first, second, and third fingers to get it. And what I found is that I had to do something you don't normally do as a thumb picker. As you know, usually you're just playing the the sixth, fifth, and fourth strings with your thumb. In this case, I think the way he got it, and at least the way I get it, is to get down to that G string in this riff with the thumb. If you're looking at my right hand over here on the other side. So it's like this. Somehow those three notes come out syncopated more correctly if you get that attack from your thumb. At least that's the way I finally worked it out. But that's it. That's the hard part. So let me start from the top again. We'll go through this. To C7. Gets back and he plays a little riff to get into a D. Got that? There's the D note on the first string. He goes down to the F on the first string and comes up to that D and the D chord. And then he goes back to C7. And aside from that other little piece that I showed when I played through it initially, this would be just the equivalent of the C portion where he's singing. And into a C7, and it goes on from there. So that's it, pretty much. That was the part I had so much trouble with, and I just wanted to share it because if you're struggling with how the heck he did it, that's probably pretty close. I hope so anyway. This has been another terrific so-so guitar lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.